Hello everybody, I'm Suraj Shetri and I'm an optometrist, and today I'm going to talk about some optics book for optometry student. So let's begin. The very first book which I really love is Geometrical and Visual Optics, A Clinical Introduction by Stephen H. Schwartz. It's really good because of the clinical correlation it makes and the clinical tips it gives to the optometry student, and it's really important. You can read this book in second year of optometry, and it will really enhance your clinical skill. So it's a really good book. It's a really good book. And the second important book, uh, I say it is gold stuff because why it is gold, because it gives really key sense of what optics is. It is Geometrical, Physical and Visual Optics by Michael P. Kitching, and I recommend its second edition, not first one. So search for the second edition. And why it is best, because it gives the basic sense of optics, and by far I can say this is the ultimate best book for understanding the really visual optics really deep down. So that's a gold stuff, and every optometry student should read this book in their first year and second year of B optometry. I read it in my master's first year, and it could have been it could have been different if I got that book in first year of B optom or second year of B optom, because I missed that opportunity. So I strongly recommend you to have this book and read it thoroughly so that you can become a very good optometrist. So let's move to the third book in optics, which is Clinical Visual Optics. It's a very good book, very good book. You can read, but it's a little bit thin, and you can go through it. But it's good. It is. I recommend it. So you can read a good amount of uh, chapters from the Clinical Visual Optics. So fourth book, so it's the Bible of clinical optics. It's really good book. I have gone through this book maybe three times or four times. So it's really central book. It's a really central book. It's a most important book in the clinical optics for optometry students. So try to get as latest edition as possible, but you cannot miss clinical optics and Michael Keating visual optics book. These are the central pillar of optics in case of optometry student. So fifth book, I really love this book because Optics of Human Eye. It's really concerned about human eye aberration and a lot of basic things, which is nodal points and all these things. So it's really important to have this book and complete this book in first year and second year, so that you can boost your understanding about the optics of human eye, so that you better to understand how power changes when position of lens shifts, and when you indent in cornea in case of biometry, when you are doing biometry. So Optics of Human Eye is one of the great book I have read with. So I strongly recommend you have to finish this book in first year of B-Optom and second year of B-Optom. And the sixth book, our textbook of optics, I recommend few chapters from this book. It is good, but it's not totally targeted to optometry student. It's targeted to a BSc BSc student in physics and optics. But I really recommend you this book for few chapters such as the optics of lens, how it changes the position optics of mirror, which is very important in case of M-optom entrance, and it's really central basic concept from few of the chapters from this book is I, very good. So I recommend you to have this book, but it is optional. I think it better to incorporate in this video this book, because very few people know about this book. So I recommend you to read few chapters from this book, few early chapters, which is important and which gives you a central physics of optics in case of lens, mirror, and prism. So I recommend you this book. So last book that I want to recommend you is Adler's Physiology of Eye. I know this is a physiology book, but the optics chapter of this book is very, very good. I really love the optics chapter of this book. So optics chapter of this book is very good. Beside of that, Physiology of Eye is this central book for the physiology of eye, but please go through the optics portion of this of this book so that you can understand a lot of things about optics. So this is it. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much that you have gone through this list. So I hope it will be beneficial for you, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.